Interested in machine learning on Google Cloud, but not sure where to start? Today, I'm going to walk you through the process of how to pick the right AI/ML solution on Vertex AI. Before we dive in, Vertex AI is a fully managed machine learning platform that makes it easier to build, train, and deploy models and AI applications. Vertex AI has tooling for traditional software development, low-code and no-code machine learning, and custom model training. Here are the three categories we'll talk about today. We'll compare the differences and discuss how to choose the right path for your use case. So first we have pre-trained models from the API library, which allows developers to incorporate models that Google owns and maintains into their applications. Pre-trained models are trained on a large corpora of data and can provide predictions for several general machine learning problems. Client libraries are available in many popular programming languages. Then we have AutoML, which is a service that allows developers to create models for their own data without any model training code. This can be used if your data is of a single type, whether it be image, text, tabular, or video. This is accessible for users of all backgrounds. And finally, custom model training with open source frameworks. Develop your own custom model training when your problem doesn't fit AutoML or you want to write and configure your model code with frameworks such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, XGBoost, and more. If these frameworks sound familiar, custom training on Vertex AI is for you. Next, we'll look at each of these options in more detail. Let's start with the basics. No training or data needed, your entryway into incorporating AI/ML into your apps, pre-trained models. If you have general unstructured content you'd like to get structured insights from, using one of our APIs that encapsulates a pre-trained model is your first stop. Pre-trained APIs are trained on a wide breadth of data that is built, updated, and maintained by Google. So this means you do not have to worry about creating or managing the models behind the APIs. Let me walk you through a fun example. So the Vision API allows you to classify images, detect objects, logos, and read handwriting, and much more. So here's a photo of my best friend's pets. The Vision API allows me to detect the objects in the image, such as the dog, the cat, and the collar. You'll get back color information, cropping hints, and other useful metadata. Moving on to other data types. We have the Video Intelligence API, which allows you to do object detection, streaming video annotation, and even set up object-based event triggers. Translation. Make your content and apps multilingual with fast, dynamic machine translation for over 130 languages. Natural language. Derive insights from unstructured text using natural language understanding, which is the use of AI to perform reading comprehension tasks. This API allows you to perform tasks such as entity extraction, pulling key terms and phrases such as proper nouns, public figures, landmarks, and more. Sentiment detection. Get a score of the writer's attitude or emotional opinion, positive, negative, or neutral. So this can be used to analyze and boost your customer's experience. Content classification. Categorize bodies of text, which can then be used to guide recommendations for your users. Now we have the speech-to-text API. You can perform accurate speech transcription from audio and video. So this API allows you to use over 20 years of Google's experience in automated speech recognition, or ASR, to increase accessibility, bring your apps to more devices, and deliver a better user experience with content captioning and analysis. On the flip side, we have the text-to-speech API, which uses state-of-the-art research to provide human-like speech synthesis. While our pre-trained APIs cover a wide range of capabilities, how do you know whether you should use one of our out-of-the-box solutions or use your own data to build a model from scratch? Well, if any of these apply to you, you may need to develop your own model. You need a level of specificity for a pre-trained model cannot provide. For example, earlier, the Vision API could identify the dog, but if I needed the specific breed of dog predicted, I'd have to train a model for this use case. Another example is that I can get high-quality AI-powered translation using our translation API, but say I have a lot of domain-specific terminology in my content, like if I worked in healthcare or the legal field. In that case, I might want to train a custom model to handle the specification. If you require a high level of accuracy and your team has the data, the bandwidth, and the data science capability to develop and maintain a custom model, here is where modeling on Vertex AI comes in. There's a lot going on here, but just know with Vertex AI, you have support for open source frameworks, end-to-end ML ops support to efficiently scale, manage, monitor, and govern your workloads, tooling such as notebooks and pipelines, as well as optimized infrastructure for every step of your journey. Vertex AI offers two options to train models, AutoML and Custom training. So here is how to choose between these two options. AutoML allows us to deploy high-quality custom models with minimal effort and ML expertise. If your use case fits a supported AutoML data type and objectives such as labeling and segmentation for images, or regression and classification for tabular data, start with AutoML. Again, the data types are image, video, text, and tabular. There is no code required for training because AutoML builds a model for you when you use its no-code interface. The console will walk you through step by step the whole way, starting with importing your data into a dataset, then training the model, how to evaluate the model's performance, and take you all the way through deploying your model so you can get an endpoint that you can call from your application code. We recommend starting with AutoML to prototype, even if you are working in a team with data science and machine learning experts. But if your data is highly custom, or your model needs to take a mixed input, or you want control over the architecture, framework, and exported model assets, it is time to start your custom training code journey. This is where you can run custom training jobs to scale and operationalize your ML training using pre-built or custom containers. The most common workflow we see is creating and packaging up your training application code, configuring the specifications for your custom training job, submitting the job, then monitoring it as it trains. Training jobs on Vertex will automatically provision computing resources, perform the training task, and ensure deletion of resources once the training job is finished. We hope you enjoyed this tour of machine learning on Google Cloud and that you find the right solution for your data needs. Check out the links in the description below to get started with Vertex AI, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Google Cloud developer content.